Hey guys, Gary from G&G Electronics. I'm not doing anything electronically today. I just figured I'd put this out here on how to change a shear pin on your snowblower. This is my 3-stage Cadet. Okay, and if you guys don't know what a shear pin is, it protects your snowblower from being damaged if you run into, say, some unknown object inside the snow, like a big chunk of ice, or say that there's a rock. It could have been somebody dropped a bottle, even a bottle, down inside the snow, and this thing, you know, it has a hard time chopping up bottles. What it does is it protects this gearbox here. It also protects the, the motor and everything else involved. What happens is if you were to hit a rock or a bottle or any foreign object that's down inside the snow and it tries to suck it into here and then try to blow it out and it can't, what happens is there's these pins. Alright, that's a shear pin right there. If you notice, this one's kind of like a bad example, but it's got these grooves cut in it to make it very brittle. Alright, so that if one of these was to try to chomp down on a big chunk of ice or something like that, and it can't get through it, and the motor is still telling this little gearbox to rip through that, what it will do is it will break this pin before it will break this gearbox. That saves your gearbox. Alright, so if you're snow blowing along and all of a sudden you hear a and then your snowblower, it continues to work, but you notice that it's not working too well. It could be it broke one of the shear pins. Now on my machine here, there's 3 shear pins. There's one on this blade, there's one on this blade which is broken. See, the shear pin is in this one. This is the shear pin right down here. Alright, that pin is in there. This pin broke, and then there is another pin back in here. Alright, that one broke too. I just replaced that a couple days ago. Alright, so now how you replace the shear pin is when the shear pin breaks, this entire pin just drops out. It'll snap either the top or the bottom, and as this rotates, it'll spit out the rest of the shear pin. Alright, and shear pins are usually on these machines stored right here in the handle. That's what these little holes are for. If you ever notice there's some holes on your machine, you go, what the heck are those for? That's where you store your shear pins, right down in here. Alright, and as you can tell, I broke quite a few shear pins. I'm on my last one. Alright, so let's go to how to replace the shear pin. So, it's very easy, very, very easy. Let me get this into the right position here. Alright, so, say you're trying to replace the shear pin and there's still a piece in there. What you do is you roll this around. You can take a screwdriver. Alright, you roll it around, and it's kind of hard. You just keep it. Oh, there it is. So there's the hole. Alright. So if there is no leftover piece of pin, you'll find that hole pretty easy. But if you can't, you actually have to visually look in there, and you'll see where the shear pin was. And you can take like a punch or anything like that, and punch out the rest of that pin, and it'll pop right out. So once you find the hole, okay, which I did right here, you take the new shear pin. That's actually not new, but that's a shear pin. You take this out, and basically, I'm going to do it from the back side so you can see how I put on the pin. I mean the the little, it's a little, I don't know what, cotter pin type thing. So you punch that, you put the pin through. Now I'm going to take it back out because I forgot to show you something. In the pin, there's a little hole. I don't know if you guys can see that. There's a little hole in there, and that's what this cotter pin goes into to hold the pin in. Alright, so let me put this back I know you gotta have kind of small fingers and hands to get in here. Let me just get to the right position again. Alright, I gotta find it. I just had it in there. There we go. It's coming through. There you go. You got it in there. Then you take this pin, alright, and there's an open spot on it, and you just put it into the hole on the shear pin. Oops, I gotta find it. There it is. And you just push. And click. It goes right in. And if it doesn't go in pretty good, you can put a pair of needle nose on it. Alright? But there you go. That new pin is in there. Alright? Whoops. And if you notice, now when this gearbox starts to turn, it will turn this one too, and it'll start chopping snow again, and you'll notice that your snowblower now works 1/3 better, because this is a 3-stage, and if any one of your stages breaks, which is this one, or this back one, of course it's gonna, stop working as it was when it was new. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that's from an electrician's view on how to change a shear pin on a snowblower. Comments, questions, put them down below. Thanks, guys.